And we want to congratulate who is it? Shabiba.
Marshall
Phillip for winning a $100 shopping spree.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, go.
Live from Waterloo's Public Access Studio, it's Ms. Rocky and Shabiba's North End Update Live.
Bringing you the good stuff from a North End perspective, of course.
Yes, today we have guests Amanda Goodman and Tara Thomas Gettman of Faith and Four-Letter Words. They're here to talk about faith and inspiration.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Friday.
You know what time it is.
All right.
Boom,
shakalaka! Yay!
Whoa.
All
Okay.
right. Welcome
Yeah.
to Ms. Rocky and Shabiba North End Update Live.
That's right. The best show on the internet.
That's right. This is going to be a really, really great show, you guys, because we have Tara Thomas Gettman
Yes.
and Amanda Goodman. Yes. And if you're watching us right now on MediaCom, hi, Future. That's next week, right?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. Because the show that you see on, you know how that works.
Yes, it's next week. Hi,
There you go.
Future, right? Okay, congratulations to last week's winners, Diane Ebert, who won a $20 gift certificate from Waterloo Bicycle Works. And she's going to enjoy that. And Myquan Bailey also.
That's right.
And Nina Jackson,
Yes.
she won as well. She won tickets to the Spirit of the Griot tonight.
That's right.
Right.
You know, we got to shout out our special frequent viewers.
Of course.
Barbara Ann Warren.
Hey, Barbara.
Charles Young.
Yes.
Gretchen Harris Suter and Dave Bozen. Johnny Jansen. May Ambrose, John Grundy, and Abinah Sharon Dale.
Right. Today's talking point will be how we talk with the broken, how we walk with the broken speaks louder than how we sit with the great.
Absolutely. Someone may need to hear this, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
In our Give It Air.
We're going to talk about the way that disrespect will close doors that apologies can't reopen.
That's right. All right. Well, we're just about time to introduce our guests, and they've been waiting. They're waiting to get on the camera, Shabiba.
Yes.
So, Ed, thank you for opening up that shot, and now we can talk to our guests about all the things we said we were going to talk about.
Well, first, a
Hello,
round of
ladies. Great
applause.
to see you.
Thank you
This is great.
for coming. Yes.
Thank you. You guys are everywhere and all over, and we just admire you because, you know, we've been where you are. You guys got kids, and you're raising yours, and we've done that. And it's so great to see how you do so much.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
You guys too. I admire your energy because I hope to sustain energy
In the future.
beyond the middle years, right? And you just think of all the people that we know in our community that are aging gracefully and well, and so a lot of role models.
And then they have a TV show.
Yeah, right?
That's what we love. We love seeing women who are aging so wonderfully, and you're in front of the camera. That's great because that's a rarity.
Well, we are pro-aging. You know, everybody's anti-aging. We're all about let's get old, let's keep
There you
living,
go.
let's keep loving loving ourselves, and
Reinventing
happy
ourselves
about
and
getting
living
that
life.
part.
Yes.
That part, reinventing. Absolutely.
yes, indeed. Well, Shabiba, we always talk about the Soul Town, and I know you have something to talk about in the Soul Town today, and I know you're familiar with the Soul Town.
Very much.
And every week we always
is it.
talk about
Payao. The Soul Town.
the Soul Town.
Yes. I read the cover story about Chicago's culinary renaissance. That is the owner of Shakespeare Rose, and it's just great talking about her list of accomplishments, all the things that she has done, all the things that she brings to the culinary scene in Chicago. And beautiful looking food. I mean, there's a sandwich in here called the Woodlawn, and if you're from Chicago, you can relate because the
is
Woodlawn neighborhood.
Oh.
Yeah, just the Soul Town in general has so many things of interest. It's not just nationwide; it's actually worldwide.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And Tara, we know you know all about the Soul Town and Cherie Kaba.
Absolutely.
She's
Our
a
friend
of
Chillin.
yours.
Yes.
Yes, Chillin. Yeah, that's when you know she really knows.
Oh,
Call her
yes.
Chillin.
Yes.
So get your copy of the Soul Town. Are you familiar with
Oh,
the Soul
absolutely.
Town? Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
All
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. I love it. I'm from South Philadelphia.
Okay.
So knowing that we have, this magazine that we can have access to is amazing because we need it, right?
Yes.
Everybody needs soul in their life.
That's
for
right.
sure.
That's right. And you know, Cherie always says that thank you for having soul when she writes us. So get your copy at Earth's Beauty Supply if you'd like to have a handheld copy, or you can go to
Go online to thesoultownmagazine.com.
right. Now we know you guys are all about that faith thing, you know, and we love it. And we want to ask you. We'll ask you first. Tell us about what you're doing and how important it is to you guys.
Oh, this is so important to us. This is, passionate. So I replaced Tara on the news, right?
Yes.
And so she and I have what we call a unicorn friendship because we were never supposed to like each other, let alone become best friends.
Okay.
And she showed me a lot of grace when I was replacing her. And this is the thing, you know how it is. Ever since we're little girls, we're taught to kind of compete with one another.
Yes.
And we cannot replace any woman. So once I recognized and I said, I can't replace Tara. I can't fill her shoes. I need to honor her and what she did and not try to like emulate. I'm going to try to forge my own path. So she and I forged this great friendship. And when we both got out of the news, we kind of said, let's pull back the green curtain on life in the boys club of that industry.
Yes. Okay.
Of that industry. So we did a podcast and then we decided to go live with the podcast.
Wow. Yeah, Life in the Boys Club. I can only imagine what type of topics are in your show because we haven't been to one, and I guess we'll have to find out when we can go, right? So talk
Yes.
about what topics, what? Do a
So-
show for us right now. We want to see what happens.
We describe it as it's 2 hours of binging sort of a mini series on your favorite streaming device because in the span of 2 hours, we go back and forth, sort of the yin and yang of all of our commonalities and also differences and just how we are navigating life as women, but going through the seasons of life. So I'm at that point where I've had aging parents, lost a parent, have seen my mother shift into the role of the initially caregiver and now widow, and really helping honor those who've come before us and recognize how these seasons of life can impact us, as can our faith when we go through these trials. And so just reminding everybody that you have a voice. Okay, I thought you were going to sneeze. I was going to say bless you. We have a voice. Don't be afraid to use it. And just helping younger women, too, find that voice earlier on than what we did because we felt like in a lot of ways we had to be puppets when we were in an industry that was not kind to women as we aged. And so we recognized that men are deemed more valuable and perhaps having a lot more worth as they get older, whereas sometimes for us females, we can be made to feel diminished or that we need to be put out to pasture when we reach a certain age.
Wow. That is.
Well, and if you think about it, she's right because men, their stock goes up as they get older, right? Men
They
are
get
often described. They're
distinguished.
distinguishing,
Right, yeah.
like they're distinguished, and they have more value. With age comes wisdom, whereas we become more disposable as we get older. So, and it's kind of that aha moment for so many women in the crowd. They're like, "Oh my goodness, that happens to me too."
So now, how long have you all been friends?
So 2013
11 years.
is when I left the job that she took. So it was such a blessing that our paths crossed literally for 1 month where we were on the job together. And at the time it was odd because I was sort of the lame duck and she was taking, my spot. But I was leaving by a God-led choice to have a second career. So when she came in, I am grateful for that month where we overlapped because despite how we were really being pitted against one another, we chose to be allies over adversaries.
See, I see some similarities between your friendship and between myself
Absolutely,
and Rocky.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I see some similarities there, and it just, as far as the brainstorming process or the recognition of things that were maybe your common enemy
Exactly.
or whatever, and deciding to join forces against that, the brainstorming. What is it? How did you end up where you are, I guess, in a nutshell?
I think it's because we're just we stepped into being authentically, unapologetically ourselves.
Okay.
So I'm very different than her. I mean, we share the same
course.
birthday, right?
Oh,
we share the same.
really?
I'm much
Wow.
younger. I tell
Okay.
No, I'm not joking. I'm only a few years younger.
I used to say that too about Shaviva, but then because I always teased her about letting herself go with the gray. You know,
Yeah.
some women can do the gray. I'm not one of them.
I can't
it
either.
looks
Yeah,
great on
it does.
her.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
But
thank
then
you.
one lady, you know, who said, I said, so look at her. It was India. Did you know India Johnson?
Yes, very
Bless
well.
her heart. May she rest in peace. But I was like, look, she's letting herself go. And I said, do you see that? Look at Shaviva's letting herself go. And India
that
goes,
gray.
yeah. And India goes, yeah, I see that. All that beautiful wisdom.
There you
And I
go.
was like, oh my gosh, I would never say that again, you know.
I
'cause
love
wanna
that.
look
That's so
wise
funny.
too.
Yeah, we definitely want to look wise. We weren't like being in the under, you know, in the glass fishbowl. People came for us all the time,
Yeah.
and our only job, we have 40 years experience in television news together, combined, and our only job is to be liked. And our worth was
Right.
based on based on our appearance. How small was our waist? What was that number on the scale? What clothes were we wearing? What lipstick shade were we wearing? So
Wow.
to have that, and then to come out of that industry, and then just to finally step into who we're supposed to be and not apologize for it anymore,
Right.
that was that. Okay, wait a minute, this feels really good. It feels really, really good.
Well, good. We're so happy to see you guys doing it. And I know that Shaviva and I were talking today about Charlotte. We remember when she was in the womb, and you were,
Yes.
you know, reading Good Morning Lovey to her then, even before she was born.
That's
So-
right. Yes,
So,
yes.
and
You
now
authored the first book Charlotte ever was read, and I
Okay.
was still carrying her, which I loved that
Oh,
book
bless
then
you.
and now, and you're still making waves in the literary world. So congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
continued career and your artistic
Art.
pursuits.
Yeah. Thank
you.
you. But we were marveling at Charlotte's graduating.
I know that means
know.
we're older,
Oh
right?
my
Yeah,
goodness.
Not old, just
They get-
older.
They get older, we stay the same.
That's
That's
right.
right.
So, and it's fun because as you guys know, raising children, it's been a blessing for Amanda and me to pour into our children, especially our daughters, to help inform them about the ways that they can navigate the seasons of life that will come as they go through the transitions from, in this case, high school to college.
Yes.
I like that. Seasons of life.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, we're in a season right now that today is Good Friday, and we know that how faithful you guys are. So we have our talking point today is kind of reflecting on just basic goodness, Shaviva. What's our talking point?
Right. How we walk with the broken speaks louder than how we sit with the great.
Right. And when I think about this, I think about how often we pass people that we know could use our help, but we don't know how to help. You know, we don't know what to do for that person or individual, you know, in that time. And it happens, sometimes it catches you off guard. You know, I was at the grocery store the other day and some, you know, person walked up and just a kind word meant the world to them, you know. So I often think of the least of these, you know, when we're talking about this. What's your idea about this, Tara? What do you think?
So God put a calling on my heart nearly 15 years ago to use my voice to share my faith. And I thought in recent years, how is a girl in small town eastern Iowa who left TV behind going to ever step into that purpose? So enter Amanda, who said we should start a podcast called Faith in Four-Letter Words. And unexpectedly in the past year, I've been able to share my faith with over 7,000 women through our speaking tour. So I
Amazing.
just know that God had a bigger dream for me than I knew how it would take shape. And so I'm grateful that I leaned in to him and trusted that inner voice.
Yes, yes. We got to find out about the four-letter words.
That's definitely me.
Okay.
Okay.
That's definitely me. You know, I come from a place of I was always labeled a troublemaker, the problem, because I'm vocal. And that's what happens with women. See, I think society lies to women. They want you to be strong and vocal until you flex against them.
Okay.
And then they don't want it. So I have 3 daughters and a son, and I'm trying to raise my daughters, you know, to have fire in their bellies and, you know, stand up for something that you believe in. Don't apologize for it. And, you know, when people are going to call you those names that they like to call women, just know that that's because they are affected by your boundaries, standards, and expectations. So, yeah, the 4-letter words definitely. I'm not afraid. I use some words more than I use the word the. So I blame the Philadelphia in me. It's the Philly in me. I can't help it.
Okay, well, you know,
Well,
that's,
yeah, love is a 4-letter word too. So
That's a very good point.
there
That's
you
right.
go. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Shaviva's been known to say a few bad ones herself, but not not me.
We'll just say the 4-letter word is love. That's right. There you go. It's just love.
That's the good one. That's the good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will discuss disrespect. We got some comments, or what was that, Ed? That was 10
I
minutes.
meant to put up the comments.
Okay.
We have a couple comments. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
What do we have?
Before you transition to something different, Amy Cass has been very busy again, so I won't get into a lot of them, but she did post a link to the Faith in 4-Letter Words upcoming show, performance in Manchester on April 3rd, so that's out there on your comments. And then, I know I'm gonna mispronounce his name, but Daniel Zilk? Daniel Zilk. He has a question for Tara about how big Gus is now, because he knows her husband from the dog park.
Oh, I love
so
that.
sweet. Oh, okay.
Very big for a small mini Cavapoo. So our Gus is the center of our world, because as our kids get to the age where they're not excited about seeing us anymore, we love it when our animals are overjoyed when we walk through the door. So Gus is growing and we're having fun with him. So thanks for asking.
I always have fun looking at your family pictures. And of course, I admire your mom, you know, because like you say, aging gracefully, your mother's just a jewel, and she's so
Thank
beautiful.
you.
And I appreciate her relationship with her grandchildren, because we have grandchildren
Right.
that
Yes.
mean the world to us.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we want to talk about this next one. Is in our Give It Air. Sometimes we talk about hard subjects, you know, racism and stuff like that that goes on that people
Yes.
don't normally entertain. This isn't necessarily that, but it's, what is it, Shabeba?
Disrespect, closed doors that apologies can't reopen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one.
To me, I don't know, that basically says you have to be mindful about what you say to people, because you can't, I mean, once they're out there, it's out there. It's like Pandora's box. You can't take it back. Someone may forgive you, but they, you know, may also look at you very differently based on what it is you had to say. So.
You have any experience with that?
Oh, I have a lot of experience with disrespect, because being a child advocate in this community, it's hard, right? Because you often expose things that people don't want exposed.
Oh, yeah.
And I always say, you know, your apology definitely has to be louder than the disrespect was. And I used to, what happened is people would do something or come at me in a disrespectful way and then tell me I have to take the high road. So Tara and I, one of our favorite quotes is, you know, just because you lost me as a friend doesn't mean you gave me as an enemy. I want to see you eat, just not at my table.
Not at
It's
my
by our
table.
favorite performer, by
Tupac,
right? That's
yes.
right. So
yes.
it's true, and I don't wish anybody ill will. World is hard enough,
Right.
but I can't unsee what I've seen. So we're just gonna move along, like we say, bless and release. Just
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay, I like that too. Bless and release.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta just watch what you say. But, you know, I know in the black community, you can say anything about me, but just don't talk about my mama.
There
I
you
love
go.
Because that's where you draw the line. We can't get back from that one. What about you, Tara? Do you have any experience with people disrespecting you to the point where you don't even want to forgive them?
Well, as a Christian,
Like, there you
forgiveness
go.
reigns, and I will say that I've always held fast to the Bible verse, to whom much is given, much is expected. And so when I have been in positions of disrespect, I sometimes remind myself that I have been afforded a unique position of influence and power through unexpected channels, initially my job, and then through social media, and now through Amanda's partnership, this speaking tour. And so I think my grace for people is very generous, because I understand sometimes that from the outside looking in, people might see individuals like the four of us who might be more public figures or elevated, and they mistakenly think that we don't have problems and we don't have
True.
issues. And so our speaking tour has given us a great opportunity to remind women that no matter how much you clean up and look like you have it all together on social media, we all have a lot of tribulation that I turn to God to sustain myself through. And that's what the speaking tour has allowed us to do, is to, like, as she said, peel back the curtain, peel back the layers of our lives, and show people, hey, we're just as messy and chaotic as the rest of you. And we hope that some of our tools and tricks that we've picked up over the years can help you navigate things more confidently when they come your way.
Yes. And isn't that strange, Shabeba? Do you remember the first meeting we had with Miss Tara Thomas when we were at Newton's? You don't remember? Well,
I
you were
remember.
just so gracious, you know, because we wanted to do this, and you told us you have a good idea because it's on a Friday, and, you know, pretty soon we were here. Did you have something to do with us being here?
Not at all.
Like
But
fun.
how fun that it's
I know, because-
continued and you've been able to use the City
Growing.
Hall studio, right?
Right, and it's just so
Public
much.
access used for good.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we did start it in the backyard, so
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
really a blessing.
your garden
Yeah,
show was a
Yeah,
favorite.
it was beautiful.
but
Yes.
it's just amazing. The grace that you showed us and how kind you were really goes a long ways, you know, because you gave us confidence.
Yep,
you
and
know,
we were somewhat starstruck. I mean, you know,
Of
the
course,
Tara
Tara
Thomas.
Thomas, right?
you know.
We just loved you. You were my dad's favorite. I'd be like, Dad, what about me?
Oh,
You know, Tara,
I
Tara,
love
Tara.
Tara.
Yeah.
We lived at the Bridges. That was
Yes.
so great. And you know, the thing is that I've loved about you guys is you're so petite that you don't have to worry about the full body shots. But as
But
a
girl,
music
you're
anchor-
wearing that dress.
No,
Look
I
at you.
liked waist up.
Oh,
I don't
well,
like these
see.
full body shots.
we are our worst critics.
You are
and-
trained.
For
She is
sure.
trained though. How she
Oh,
see
yeah,
how
I
she sits
have
on the
it.
I
end
know,
of the
I
chair.
see her. I
Hey,
know
we
that.
don't want thigh spread, y'all.
Yeah, but look at you're gorgeous, and you
She
know
is.
what? And we do. We need to give ourselves more grace.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
right,
that's
you're
Our
for
first
sure.
early shows, whenever we would go back and look at it, say, look at that. You
Oh,
can see
yeah.
I'm doing this. And, oh, yeah.
All of that. So Amanda, you have your children here. They're sitting.
I
in the
have two of my
studio
children, the
audience.
youngest ones. These two never got to see me when I was on television. My older
Oh.
two did, and so I'm always talking to them. They have the middle one here, Luciana. She's come to some of our shows because she'll make comments that'll say, "Oh my goodness, Mom, everybody knows you. You're like famous."
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted her to come in here to see two other women in our community who are trying to leave it better than they found it. So I want, it takes a village, and I want them to be surrounded by strong women. So thank you for letting me have them.
Oh, honey, they're
here.
gorgeous. And they're just.
Absolutely.
And they're being quiet. It's
They're
like
being
it's
so
a
quiet.
Holy Week miracle.
You can tell. You can tell when kids are being raised right.
Well, thank you very-
They're
that means
doing
a lot.
great
Thank you.
job.
Thank you.
Yes. So today we're going to be singing Happy Birthday. You know we have birthday people, Shaviva, and we. Do you sing a lot or?
Oh no.
No, not at all.
No.
She'll join in on this. She knows this version of Happy Birthday.
Well, we've been doing. Well, we did it really fun last week, right, Shaviva?
Yes.
We did the whole part, right? Because at first, I gotta get a drink of water.
Yes.
I mean, I
Some of
sing.
us
I don't sing
enjoyed
well.
it
I
more
think
than
I can sing.
others.
I don't sing well.
We'll be back up.
Before we
We'll
get into
definitely
it,
be back up.
I think we got some more comments.
Okay, Ed,
Yeah,
we got
before we
comments.
transition to the birthdays, we got a couple more comments.
All right.
Mama Ya,
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Ya's Home Bakery says
Yeah.
hello, lady.
Okay,
Yes.
hi.
yes.
Renita Wright says
Renita.
Happy Good Friday and Happy
Yes.
Easter.
Thank you,
That's
Anita.
right.
And then let me
Thank
get to the Rocky and Shavita page. Get comments there. Velveeta Robertson says, evening everyone.
Hey,
And
Velveeta.
Amy Cass actually made a comment rather than a post about something. She said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them
The
the
first time.
and then that's act accordingly. That's her personal philosophy.
I
That's
want to
the truth.
thank you, Amy, because, I'm glad you have time to even make a comment, but we really appreciate the links that you put into
Oh,
the
for
comment section
sure.
so that people can keep up with what's going on with our guests. So
Yes.
we really appreciate that.
That is wonderful.
Amy's a rock star.
Yes.
For sure. So we've been going like this, Tara. We're not jumping right to the chase because I could tell you trying to say, let's sing the song.
Yeah, we'll sing it.
Okay. But we've been doing the happy, you know that part?
Okay, well,
Birthday.
She's like,
I don't know.
Well, you just move
I'll
along.
jump. Yeah, I'll jump in. I'll jump in.
Okay, who are our favorite, best birthday people ever, Shaviva?
We have the best birthday people ever, ever, ever. And first of all, we want to say happy birthday to Shirley Ann Smith Bird.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Shelley Carey, Nilvia Reyes Rodriguez, Vanessa Tally Gardner,
My
Pastor Q,
pastor, my pastor.
Q.
Corvallis Marshall, and Bruce Lyons.
Yes, he shares a birthday with Shelley Carey, I believe. And where's her name, Shaviva?
Right there.
Oh, okay. So they're all different. So Shelley Carey, 5 minutes.
Okay.
And who else? Christopher Schwartz, Tim Cooper, and Audrey Wallach and Green.
Wow,
you know
she's
her.
being honored with the Spirit of Griot Award on her birthday week.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
That's
right.
appropriate.
And you'll be there tonight.
I will.
Yeah, I will too. We will too. You too?
I am not. I am not. I will not. I know. I had
Well, you have the young
I had
children.
other family obligations. Yeah.
Sure.
What great event though.
It
Great
is
event.
going to be a great event. So now we're going to go ahead and sing this song. And it goes something like this. I'm sure you would agree
It couldn't fit more perfectly
than to have a world party.
on the day you came to be.
Happy
birthday to
Take it to
ya.
the bridge now.
Happy birthday to
Amanda.
ya.
My voice is so bad.
Happy birthday to ya.
Happy birthday to you.
It's easy.
Happy birthday.
I don't think you understand how bad my voice is. It would I don't want to ruin this and ruin anyone's birthday. It was
that
good
bad?
though. It was
You
good.
guys-
No, she's
Yeah, I need to say
she's
happy
fine.
birthday.
If you can't sing good, sing loud.
That's right. That's what I do.
I learned that in my Catholic school education. Just sing loudly. It doesn't
There you
matter
go.
if it's bad.
Right. You know, we were talking about, what was that? We were talking about how critical people are with the news and everything.
Yeah.
I remember when you first got hired and I think you felt the need to explain to people that you had extensions in your hair.
Oh, yes.
And the whole thing just became about
was a
everybody
thing.
wanted to watch the news that night to see,
Yeah.
something like
It
that.
was
How-
the hair was insane because your hair is like sanctioned. You have the haircut,
Exactly.
and so I had that helmet head for a long time. So I just want long hair and I want
Yeah.
extensions,
And
then
it
it
looks
was
beautiful, but
Thank
people
you.
were actually just
they were just
giving you
awful
grief.
about it, and no one has ever commented on what the men wear or how their hair or lack thereof, or
Yeah.
if it's gray, if it's. So it was just kind of that's what we talk a lot about. Like
I know.
women, all women have different standards and expectations that we have to hit.
Sure.
Well, we hope you guys can be honorary guests of a future show. And if anyone wants to follow us, we're on Faith and Four Letter Words on
Oh, yes,
Facebook. That's
thank
where we
you.
share our links, show details, a lot of fun quips, and the links if you ever want to purchase tickets to an upcoming show. We have 25 shows for the 2024 tour. So our next one up is
Wow.
Manchester this Wednesday.
It's crazy. We're booking into
Nice.
2025 already.
Wow.
It's
That
in-
is so wonderful.
It's nice to feel, and you know how it feels, to finally feel heard and valued.
Yes.
It's great.
Yes. Well, it really is great. Thank you guys for what you're doing. And yeah, check out Faith and Four Letter Words, and we're going to be at a show soon.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We'd love to have you.
Ed, you have more comments?
One final comment, Amy Cass wants to get in there that she loves Shabiba's bright orange shirt.
Oh,
Thank
yes. Yes, it
Thank
is
you,
really
Amy.
cute. And that cheers Shabiba up because you weren't feeling so great. So now
No.
she's really feeling good.
I'm doing my best.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys
Okay.
for being here.
Thank you for having us. It means a lot.
Pleasure to meet you.
right.
And your kiddos are so cute.
Yes.
And thank you, Tara, for being here.
Always a pleasure. I didn't have to walk far.
Oh, right.
My
you're
upstairs
right.
office.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, and we're loving what you do for the city as well. You just do it all.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, until next time,
That's right.
we want to encourage our viewers to keep doing more stuff that makes you awesome.
That's right. Like Tara and like Amanda.
Yes.
Because it makes us all look good.